Hello, we are here again today. I just want to demonstrate to you all the steps involved in applying for Australia 5 years work visa. That is called visa 491. It is actually called skilled work regional provisional visa. Okay, in this visa you are allowed to stay in Australia for 5 years. In that 5 years, after 3 years, as long as you are working and doing your yearly tax return, after 3 years you'll be qualified to apply for permanent resident visa. How beautiful is that? 3 years to your PR in Aussie. Okay, so this visa doesn't possibly mean that you must have a job in Australia for you to come over. That is one beautiful thing about it. This visa needs nomination from either the state in Australia or territories in Australia or an eligible family member. But we're going to talk about that eligibility for family member to bring you over is not as it sounds, not as easy as it sounds. However, the state or the territory can nominate you, which means you must know the 6 states and 2 territories in Australia. Can we just count them? South Australia, Western Australia, New South Wales, the state of Victoria. Have I said South Australia? Yes. Then we talk about Queensland. Then we talk about Capital Territory, Northern Territory, and Tasmania. Tasmania is another state. Yes. So in all there are 8. 6 states and 2 territories. The territories are Northern Territory and Canberra. Each of these states or territory also have their immigration website. We're going to cover all these things today, okay? And also we'll cover the aspects that requires a family member to bring you over. So it can either be the state or territory or the family member. However, you need to meet the requirements and there are steps involved. So in this video today, we're going to talk about all the requirements and all the steps, and I will show you the way we do it here. Take you to the site, to all the link for you to know. You do not need an agent to bank this visa. You can do it yourself. It's all straightforward. Everything you need is online. As long as you follow the process, do the due diligence, follow the due process, okay? If that sounds like something you want to hear, please sit back and let's dig in. Everyone, welcome to my channel, Jane Kenny's Creation, where we keep it real. My name is Jane and I live in Australia. All right, thank you, my subscribers. You guys rock. My returning subscribers, you guys rock. Thank you. You are always here, and I thank you for all the likes and shares and comments. Please, if you are new here, please do subscribe to my channel and become a member of this beautiful family where we keep it real, authentic information. Please do like my video, share. Thank you. All right, let's go. All right. The first thing foremost is that for you to come via Australia 5 years work visa, which is visa 491, you must do what? Be under 45 years. Okay? Yes, by the time you apply, that is by the time you are nominated, you should be under 45. Okay? All right. Now, the most important thing is that you must have a skill in the skill occupation list. Here, I'm going to show you how to find your skill in the skill occupation list when we go to the practical section. So sit back, okay? Don't move. Now, after finding your occupation in the skill occupation list, you must do your skill assessment. Stop there. Why are you scared of skill assessment? Why? It's not exam. It's not exam. The only skill assessment that requires you to write exam is some regulated professions like nurses, doctors, medical laboratory, and so on. Okay? Accountant, you don't need to write exam. Carpenter, electrician, engineers, they do portfolios. Teachers, they don't. A lot of occupations don't do exam in their skill assessment. All you need to do is follow the process, give them the document they want, and they will assess you. You bank their positive skill assessment, then you proceed to your expression of interest. Okay, that is number 3. Number 1, you must be under 45 years. Number 2, you must have occupation in the skill occupation list. Number 3, you must do your skill assessment. This process is applicable to whoever is applying to be nominated by state or territory or by a family member. Even if family member is going to nominate you, you're still going to go through this process. It's not the way you're going to say, I'm going to invite my brother or my sister or my parents or anything. It must be that the person is under 45, the person has occupation in the skill occupation list, and the person must have positive skill assessment. So it must meet the requirement for positive skill assessment. We are going to touch skill assessment here today in this video, so don't move. I will show you. You can do it yourself. Okay, then after you have secured your positive skill assessment, write your IELTS. Okay, so you must go and get your English requirement. It's not only IELTS, they take OET, PTE, and so on. So what is required for Australia skilled visa 491 is 6 general for IELTS. I like to call it out like this. I don't say out. IELTS. Okay. IELTS. Okay. 6 general, not academic. Or PTE 50. OET and stuff. I can't remember them, but they are all mentioned. You will see them as well. However, if your occupation, your profession requires you to show proof of English during skill assessment, there is likelihood you'll be required to write academic. So the academic you write for your skill assessment will be what you will use for your visa application. However, not all occupation or assessing authority will need English. For example, VETA-SES, ART, and so on, ATR, they do not require you to write English. It's only the regulated occupation like teachers and so on. Okay, so once you secure your English, I want to tell you another thing. This visa is point-based, it's point-tested, in the sense that you must, that will be step number 5. So number 4 is your English requirement. Number 5 is that you must make sure you have at least 65 points. However, this should be number 1. 65 points. Some states and territory will give you points, like 15 points. So you make sure at least you have 50 points, okay? And 65 points, the higher your point, the higher chance of you being selected. However, in some skilled occupation, they don't really care. Once you got 65 and so on, you can be nominated by either state or territory. Okay, so but if it's very competitive, where there are a lot of applicants, the higher your English score and higher your points, migration points, the higher the chance that you will be nominated. Don't worry yourself. I'm going to show you everything in this video. You know how we do it. As long as you have patience, you can do this thing yourself. Okay, all right. Then after that, you do your expression of interest in the website online. You don't need any embassy. You don't need to print any application form. It's done online, like you could do one here, like joke. Okay, I'll show you all the process. Okay, and then go to skill select and do expression of interest. Before you do your expression of interest, you must make sure you find out the state and territory that need your occupation. For example, Western Australia may need carpenter, but South Australia may not need carpenters. If you are a carpenter, for example, Western Australia may need electrician, or they don't need electrician, while Victoria needs electrician. So you know which state and territory you need to nominate. All their information is online. It's in their state website. So when you go to Google and say South Australia immigration website, they will show you, and they will show you visa 491, visa 190, and other visas there in their website they are nominating. Okay, state nominated visa they have authority over. Then this is how you go to the website, Western Australia state immigration website. You will see it. When you see immigration website, it will be .gov.au or .wa.au something. You will know it's not a blog post. Okay, so moving forward, what you do is you do expression of interest. Choose the state. For me, I would say do multiple application, duplicate your email. Have as much as email you can and do multiple application to select each state and territory that you have opportunity to select as number 1. Because if you select them as choice number 1, there is possibility you'll be considered. Okay, this is the point where if you are being nominated by family, you select the option of family nomination. So your family that is nominating you has to pass through certain process as well. Okay, that is not what this video will cover today. So they have to sort it out with immigration and make sure they are qualified. They are citizens or permanent residents of Australia or citizen of New Zealand and so on, and they live in a regional designated area. The list is in the Home Affairs website as well. So that's where you choose. When you choose for family to nominate, it doesn't mean that the family will just say, okay, come over to Australia. No. Now it's the duty of the federal government to approve and say, yes, your visa is approved. Okay. So once you are nominated by a state or territory or family member, they will ask you to supply your documents. You are not paying for any fees as well. Not at this stage. Okay. So once the state say or territory said, okay, bring all the documents you have claimed you have. You say you have English 7. You say you have positive skill assessment. You said you have 3 years experience. You said you have this and that. Okay, bring the proof. Then you supply the proof. They vet it. After everything and it's okay, they will say, okay, apply for your visa. That is when you pay for your visa. And we're going to cover the visa cost here. So you see, once they said all the documents is okay, apply. You know you are ready to japa. You are ready to move. Ready to move. Ready to move. Okay, there is 99% chance that once everything is fine and they say, okay, apply, there is possibility that you will get your visa. Now, this is time for practical section. Let me show you. Okay, yes, this is skilled work regional provisional visa subclass 491. Just like I said before, this visa will allow you to come to Australia, work in any occupation. It mustn't be the occupation that brought you to Australia. For example, you can come as an accountant and you work in the IT, depending if you are qualified. All right, let's quickly go through the eligibility again. Okay, you must be nominated by state or territory or by a family member. We've explained that. You have an occupation on relevant skilled occupation list and have a suitable skill assessment in your occupation. Be invited to apply and you satisfy the point test, at least 65 points. Okay, and the cost of this visa is in 4,640 Australian dollars. Okay, yeah, all right, let me show you. So this is the visa. Any information you need, this link, I will drop this link for you to access. Now, so this is where you check all the eligibility. You see the point tested, 65 points. English requirement, you must have at least competent English. Yeah, 18 years older. If you are under 18, your parents or guardians should add you to their own visa. You must meet health requirements and character requirement, that is police check and so on. All right, now let me show you how to calculate your point calculator. Is online. I will drop the link. Okay, so first thing is you choose the type of visa you want to calculate your points for. Okay, I choose visa 491. Then age, you select your age, it will calculate. English language, competent English or proficient is 7. And height selected, you see. So you'll be selecting one by one your educational qualification. The level is bachelor degrees or master's by research, PhD. Did you study in Australia? So they will also ask you a question of your spouse, the English language level of your spouse, if they can write out or PTE and get up to 50 or 16 IELTS or maybe 50 in PTE. That will boost your point as well. So you calculate the point, you pick them one by one and you go on. Now this is NATI, credential community language. NATI, this is another way to add more points to yourself. You can do it online. Please Google it and see how you can get it. I think it will give you like 5 points if you have NATI. This is another way people add points to themselves. Okay, yeah, so when you finish you study in regional area. This is for people, new grads or people that studied in Australia. You have Australia experience if you have studied or work in Australia, and they talk about overseas qualification. It doesn't matter where you get, you all have your points. So depending on what you have selected, the point calculation will happen. You can clear it and do a different one as well, but make sure you select the right visa when you're doing your point calculation. Okay, after selection, it will give you the total of your score. I think I got 75 here. You see, it will give you the point for each section answer you have selected, and it will give you total. You can clear and start again. This is point calculation for Australian migration, and I will drop the link as well. Now I want to take you to another important section, skilled occupation list. Go to Google, search Australia skilled occupation list, and you come to this page. Now you can search your occupation here. I want to search architect. That's what I want to search. Then when you search it, it will show you the visa you are qualified for and your assessing authority, and also what they mean when they say someone is an architect. This is applicable to all the occupations. Okay, if you click the answer code, that number there, it will show you the skill set and qualification of an architect applicable to every other occupation. This is the visa type or the visa type listed. Assessing authority, you see that assessing authority, that's what we're going to click. We'll click on it, we go to the page. That's how you do skill assessment. So when you get to the page, you will go to the menu. This is the page of skill assessment for architect AACA. Okay, then go to your menu. You will see skill assessment for migration, depending what they call it, but it has to be for migration. Then you check the guideline. Go through the guideline, you will see the fees, the process, the step-by-step guide, and everything you need to know about your assessing authority and your skill assessment. Then you apply. That's it. Another link I want to show you is Skill Select. Skill Select is where you apply for expression of interest, remember? So when you go to Skill Select, you are going to create a profile. Okay, you're going to register. You click register and you fill it up and you have an account. Okay, when you register, that is the only time you can submit your expression of interest. This is where you register. You see the yes, then you have your expression of interest submitted. You can do multiple with different emails. Okay, after you have done your expression of interest under Skill Select, if you are selected, you will be sent an email to apply for your visa via email accounts. Okay, all right, now let me show you the last important section. Okay, remember that this visa, you must be nominated by state or territory. Now, how do you find the state or territory? Go to visa 491 page, you go to eligibility. Okay, when you get to eligibility, you click on the nomination. Okay, be nominated or sponsored. Under that, you will see nomination by state or territory. Under it, you will see the list of all the state and territory in Australia. You see that with the link. So if you click the link, you go to the state immigration website. Okay, take note of this, and you can click it. When you get there, you see visa 491, 190, and so on. Okay, for example, let's click on New South Wales. When we get there, we go to New South Wales page, and we will find this page, and we click and we click and we click until we get to the page. All right, after checking the state and territory immigration website, you'll be able to make a good decision to choose the state or territory that will be able to nominate you. All right, now you know that you can easily apply for your Australia 5 years work visa and become a permanent resident in 3 years without the help of an agent. Why not try? All right, that brings us to the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Like my video, share. Thank you. Bye.